Yesterday, I shared a post from the Passport Bros subreddit. This man said Russia, Poland, and Ukraine are no longer Passport Bro countries. Trust me, it's kind of over unless you're willing to learn the languages and culture at a very high rate. This got the ladies talking. Lots of women weighed in, but this Ukrainian woman jumped into my inbox and she gave me some detailed information of some things that she has experienced as a Ukrainian woman. So here's her story time. Keep in mind, she's Ukrainian. She says, so this guy from California found me on the internet. Based on my profile picture, he said I must have nice feet and that he would like to buy me a new pair of stilettos every month if he gets pictures of my feet. He said he will even pay for getting my nails done. Mind you, I only had one picture of my face and that was it. Just like every dude, he asked me for Instagram or WhatsApp or something like that. I said I only had WhatsApp because I'm not a social media person. I didn't send him pictures and didn't ask for money. So we started talking and he got into some real interesting things. He was in the military for a short bit of training so that he would get free education and then went on to study medicine because he wanted to become a doctor. He said that he was looking for a wife outside of the US because he could never marry an American woman. He said that American women were unfit for marriage, and so he was looking for a wife, mainly in Eastern Europe or Africa. This guy was Black and said he hated immigrants. Also, he wanted to marry someone outside of the country, which would have made her and his kids an immigrant too. He said that he would want to marry someone outside of the US and that he would have a wife and a kid, but that kid could only be a son. He couldn't do daughters, just sons. And that he would be named after him and that his family would live in his wife's birth country. Meanwhile, he would live in the US because he would make better money there. Mind you, he said that he was a family guy. Our conversations ended with me blocking him after he told me that women should not be sleeping around, that women shouldn't have a body count more than one. And I asked him what was the difference between men sleeping around versus women sleeping around. And he said it was just the way it is. It was okay for men. But I asked him again why, and he can never give me an answer. So that is how far I was able to continue with the conversation with him. There was another guy. I don't know where he was from because his profile was stating that he was from Michigan, but then he said that's not where he was coming from. Username was biological male, and that was enough for me to know that he was foolish. Okay. But I decided to go and look at his profile anyway, in which he stated a bunch of random things, but basically put out a job advertisement, what seemed like a job advertisement in search of a wife. On a random website, he was looking for a wife. He gave a very detailed description of what kind of wife he wanted, specifically from Hungary. Now, I knew that over the past couple of years, Passport Bros have went out of control. Maybe she means they've gotten out of control because of people like the Top G, the Tater Tot, praising countries like Hungary and Romania. So I knew that this was what it was all about. He was very specific, even the size of the woman, the height and the weight that she should be, that she should not have been vaccinated, and that she should want to be a stay-at-home mom. Basically, these American guys had this idea that American women are not submissive. So I told him that every woman can be submissive with the right man. But looking at his profile, him basically asking for handouts from random people on the internet so that he could start a business, I told him that he wasn't ready for marriage. He was 33 years old. He didn't have any money. He had concepts of money. That part made me laugh. But he didn't actually have money, and he was putting out job advertisement in search of a wife. That is not the kind of man any woman would want to submit to, and I made that clear to him. So that he proceeded to call me all kinds of nasty things. He got very offended, and then I blocked him too. I think he was hoping for something else. The first dude she said was a Black man. The second man was a white guy. But this part is hilarious where the wife and kids would have to be in the wife's birth country, and he would be perfectly fine with going to the United States to live, to basically create this family structure where the woman is a single mom. These people go on and on and on about how much they can't stand single moms, but are perfectly fine with dropping off some sperm and especially abandoning a daughter because he couldn't have a daughter and only giving money and support, I guess, to the son. These people and their thinking processes are amazing. But that was the woman's experience with talking to or communicating with these American men. Now, for some of the comments on the post, this woman says, as a Ukrainian, if I ever face a PeePeeBro in my life, believe me, he will be destroyed morally, physically, and financially. And I love that. I love that mentality. Miriam had a short story time. She said, my mom I guess, was a mail order bride. She married and moved from Russia to Germany 7 years ago. She was 50, marrying a 62-year-old, and was very ready to live with him for a very long time. He was a bit weird, a bit sick, but in general, not a bad guy. Example, cooking 100% of the time. Okay, cool, he cooked. Then she found out, listen to this, then she found out he was hiding a lot of debt and immediately divorced him. Without her care, he died in a year. These dudes are looking for a nurse or a purse, or a nurse and a purse. But the point is, she's highly educated, beautiful, and has a lot of drive. No other woman, if she's not trafficked, would be a mail order bride. You have to speak a foreign language that requires money and education. When these women move to new countries, they become usually very successful very fast. My mom just bought a flat and works as a chief accountant in an international company. So this woman, she was a mail order bride, but now she's an accountant. That is amazing. They really underestimate these women. Laura says, I work for an international company. PeePeeBros from Western countries transfer to the Baltics, thinking they will get some, only to get fired by HR or sued. Okay, so this person says, why is an equal partner such a threat to some men? Like treating their partner like a human is the worst thing they can imagine. I don't get it. Anna says, they are barking up the wrong tree. We are not trained housewives or free escorts. Let us live. Shaking my head. And then this person that has a cow for a name says, and even with more traditional gender roles being baked into the culture, it means they need to fund everything for the women they are trying to obtain. They're offering up empty pockets and body odor. Y'all needed to see that. Dia D says, I've said this before, but men who always say they want traditional women and seek them in other countries are never traditional men. If they were, they would have found them in their own country. And with that, I ended it. But on my TikTok page, you can see that there are over 400 comments. So lots of women are talking on this post. And I have people talking up a storm on my YouTube page as well. These type of videos bring out the international community to drop their experiences with these men. These men are just simply exporting dysfunction, body odor, and poverty. PeePeeBros are basically what they're cosplaying patriarchy on a budget because they don't really have any money. All right, y'all, join the conversation. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, comment, and share.